Time can feel like grains of sand slipping through our fingers, can't it? One moment, we are fully immersed in a task, and the next we realize that hours have passed with little to no meaningful progress. The sensation of time slipping away is universal and has been a subject of contemplation for centuries. Among the voices from the past that still resonate today is that of Lucius Annaeus Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher from ancient Rome. Seneca's teachings on time management are not just about productivity, they're about living with intention, purpose, and meaning. As we delve into Seneca's profound insights on time, we'll also draw connections to the thoughts of modern thinkers and productivity experts. But before we dive into the core of this discussion, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This way, you won't miss out on our upcoming content, where we'll continue to explore Stoic philosophy and its relevance to our lives today. Now let's embark on this journey to reclaim your time and live a life aligned with your deepest values and goals. 1. Time as a non-renewable resource. Seneca begins with a powerful assertion. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. This statement invites us to reflect on how we allocate our time. Time is often mismanaged because we fail to recognize its true value. Imagine seeing someone casually throw away money on the street. Most of us would think that person is foolish, yet every day we see others and ourselves squandering something far more valuable: our time. Unlike money, time is a non-renewable resource. Once it's gone for good. In modern terms, this might be likened to the concept of opportunity cost. Every hour spent on a trivial pursuit is an hour that could have been invested in something more meaningful. This brings us to an essential lesson from Seneca. We must treat time as a precious commodity. Just as we guard our personal property, we must be vigilant in how we spend our time. This vigilance requires constant awareness and intentionality. 2. The fallacy of preparing for life. According to Seneca, one of the greatest mistakes we make is spending too much time preparing for life instead of living it. He criticizes those who plan to work diligently until they reach retirement, believing that happiness lies somewhere in the distant future. This mindset is a trap. Our future is uncertain, and the life we are working towards may never come. Therefore, Seneca urges us to live in the present, to not delay our happiness. In today's world, this advice is more relevant than ever. We often find ourselves caught up in the grind, constantly working towards some future goal, while letting the present slip away. We might think, "I'll be happy once I achieve this or that." But as Seneca reminds us, this is a dangerous illusion. Life is happening now, not tomorrow. To live fully, we must embrace the present moment and make the most of it. 3. Living life for your own self. Another significant point Seneca makes is about living life for oneself. He says, "So you must not think a man has lived long because he has white hair and wrinkles. He has not lived long, just existed long." This statement highlights the difference between merely existing and truly living. Many of us go through life on autopilot, stuck in routines and obligations that do not align with our true desires. We might stay in jobs we dislike or relationships that no longer fulfill us, simply because it feels safer than making a change. However, as Seneca points out, being busy is always a choice. We often fool ourselves into thinking that we don't have enough time to pursue our passions, but this is just an excuse. The reality is that we have as much time as we choose to make available. The key is to invest our time in creating a life we love, a life that reflects our deepest values and desires. 4th, Premeditatio Malorum, preparing for life's challenges. One of the core practices in Stoicism is the concept of Premeditatio Malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This technique involves anticipating potential challenges and obstacles before they arise. By visualizing what could go wrong, we prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to face these challenges with resilience. Seneca encourages us to apply this practice in our daily lives, particularly when it comes to managing our time. Procrastination often occurs because we are overwhelmed by the tasks ahead of us. However, if we take the time to anticipate potential distractions and setbacks, we can design strategies to overcome them. This preparation helps us stay focused on our long-term goals, even in the face of short-term temptations. In a modern context, this could be compared to the idea of contingency planning. By preparing for the worst, we can minimize its impact on our productivity and well-being. This doesn't mean living in constant fear of what might happen, but rather being mindful and proactive in managing our time and energy. 5. Making long-term rewards immediate. One of the greatest obstacles to productivity is the gap between short-term impulses and long-term rewards. Seneca warns us against the temptation of expectancy, the belief that the future will bring better rewards if we simply wait. This mindset leads to procrastination as we delay tasks that don't offer immediate gratification. To combat this, Seneca suggests making long-term rewards more immediate. For instance, if you find yourself procrastinating by watching YouTube, you might make a deal with yourself: no YouTube until a certain amount of work is done. This way, you create an immediate incentive to complete your tasks. This approach aligns with modern productivity strategies like habit stacking and reward bundling. By pairing a less desirable task with an immediate reward, you increase your motivation to get started. Over time, this can help you develop a more disciplined and focused approach to your work. 6. Maximizing the value of free time. Seneca famously said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This insight leads us to another crucial aspect of time management: making the most of our free time. In today's fast-paced world, we often work long hours to earn our leisure time, only to waste it on trivial activities that add little value to our lives. Seneca urges us to be more intentional with our free time. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media or binge-watching TV shows, we should engage in activities that enrich our lives and align with our values. This could include reading, exercising, meditating, or pursuing a hobby that brings us joy and fulfillment. Modern productivity experts echo this sentiment. For example, Cal Newport's concept of deep work emphasizes the importance of focusing on cognitively demanding tasks during work hours, leaving more time for meaningful leisure activities. By structuring our time effectively, we can maximize both productivity and personal satisfaction. 7. Reflecting on the past to shape the present. For Seneca, time is divided into 3 parts: the present, which is transitory; the future, which is uncertain; and the past, which is unalterable. While modern time management often focuses on the present and future, Seneca encourages us to pay attention to our past as well. Reflecting on past experiences allows us to learn from our mistakes and successes, helping us make better decisions in the present. This practice of reflection is essential for personal growth and self-awareness. By taking the time to evaluate our past actions, we gain insights into our behavior patterns and can identify areas for improvement. Regular reflection also helps us stay grounded in our values and ensures that we are living in alignment with our true selves. Incorporating this practice into our daily routine can be as simple as journaling at the end of the day. Writing down our thoughts and experiences allows us to process our emotions and gain clarity on what truly matters. Over time, this habit can lead to greater self-understanding and a more intentional approach to life. 8. Avoiding life's trivialities. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with distractions, from social media notifications to endless emails. Seneca warns us against wasting time on trivial pursuits that add little value to our lives. He reminds us that time is a precious resource that should be spent on activities that align with our values and contribute to our personal growth. To avoid falling into the trap of trivialities, we must be selective about how we spend our time. This requires setting clear boundaries and saying no to activities that do not serve our long-term goals. It also means being mindful of how much time we spend on activities like social media, which can easily consume hours of our day without us realizing it. A practical approach to this is the 80-20 rule, popularized by productivity expert Tim Ferriss. According to this rule, 80% of our results come from 20% of our efforts. By identifying the most impactful tasks and focusing on them, we can make better use of our time and avoid getting bogged down by trivialities. 9. Creating new memories and living with intention. Seneca emphasizes the importance of investing our time in creating new memories and experiences. He believes that memory is more enduring than grief, and that the best way to make the most of our time is by living intentionally. This means prioritizing activities that bring us joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. In a world where material possessions are often valued above experiences, Seneca's advice is a refreshing reminder of what truly matters. Research by psychologists like Dr. Thomas Gilovich supports this view, showing that experiences, not things, are what bring lasting happiness. By focusing on creating meaningful memories, we enrich our lives and build a legacy that extends beyond material wealth. To apply this principle in our daily lives, we can start by setting aside time for activities that align with our values. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, traveling, or pursuing a passion, these experiences create lasting memories that contribute to our overall well-being. By living with intention, we ensure that our time is spent on what truly matters. 10. The role of philosophy in time management. Finally, Seneca advocates for the study of philosophy as a way to enrich our lives and make the most of our time. He believes that philosophy helps us gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us, allowing us to live with greater purpose and clarity. Philosophy encourages us to question our assumptions, reflect on our values, and make decisions that align with our true selves. It provides a framework for living a life of virtue, wisdom, and fulfillment. By studying the works of great philosophers like Seneca, we gain insights that help us navigate the complexities of life and make the most of the time we have. Incorporating philosophy into our daily lives can be as simple as reading a few pages of a philosophical text each day, or taking time to reflect on the lessons we've learned. Over time, this practice can help us develop a more intentional and meaningful approach to life. In conclusion, Seneca's teachings on time management offer timeless insights that are as relevant today as they were in ancient Rome. By treating time as a precious commodity, living in the present and aligning our actions with our values, we can make the most of the time we have. The true key to effective time management lies not in rigid schedules or productivity hacks, but in living with intention and purpose. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, we can draw on the wisdom of Seneca and other Stoic philosophers to guide us. By embracing these principles, we can reclaim our time, live more fully, and create a life that reflects our deepest values and desires. So, the next time you find yourself feeling overwhelmed or unproductive, remember the words of Seneca: "Life is long if you know how to use it." Let this be your reminder to live each day with intention, purpose, and a deep appreciation for the time you have. Thank you for watching this video. If you found value in it, please give it a like, leave a comment to share your thoughts, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. By doing so, you'll help them find inspiration and wisdom in these teachings just as you have. We look forward to continuing this journey with you in our future videos.